Alrighty, boys. What is up? What is up? We are back. Today we are doing a recap. I honestly didn't think I was gonna do this, but what popped out to me just popped right off the screen. So, yeah, today we're gonna be talking about how we made a winning trade. Doesn't matter. The P&L don't matter, but we took a winning trade. I'm gonna explain why. Um, Basically, today coming into market open, the reason why I didn't take any trades off of market open was because I was kind of expecting us to come into this 4 hour gap. We didn't do that. Instead, we just slowly kind of chopped during Asian and London session, and then for our draws for the day, at least for closer draws, I was looking at these highs, and then on ES, I was looking at no these highs, yeah, those highs. Um, and if we look at the 15 minute, you can kind of see, and I'll just make this quick because I want to actually talk about the trade that I did take. But you can see that pretty much we swept them out right away, and the leading index to them was Nasdaq, and Nasdaq chopped straight to them. So Nasdaq chopped to these draws, ended up tagging them, and then ES was down here, and then ES ended up moving up. Didn't confirm the draw, didn't even retrace into equilibrium or the middle of this gap, and then we hit it. So yeah, no trades there. But let's talk about why I did take a trade. So, as you can see, we've been freaking bullish. We've been super bullish this um, last week, and we haven't had very big retracements. Like I said, I wanted us to fill in this gap on both indexes. Well, we didn't do that, and we also proved that this was enough to push up, because throughout today we had been pushing up, and that's kind of what I based my trade off of, was higher time frame draws. This is it. This draw right here, these draws up here, this is really what we're wanting if we're going to end up pushing through this. Sorry, I'm pointing, but if we're going to end up pushing through here, this is going to be what we're pushing towards. We're confirming these draws up here by pushing through this area. And we had already swept out this and not really stopped from that. So that was kind of my trade. It looked better on NASDAQ than it did on ES, because ES is like, I don't know, ES just didn't look the best. Its draws are like, well, we already took those draws on ES. That's kind of why. And it's all of them are kind of like just a little different. I don't know. That decorrelation, on the higher time frames, it's a thing. So, but yeah, basically this trade was super super simple. I'm not gonna hold you. It was not overcomplicated. It was simply just, I had a conviction that we were going to move higher, and I had conviction that this was going to be the retracement or consolidation period to rebalance price in order to move higher, because I saw that off of market open, after market open as well, we did end up creating these really nice looking candles up to the upside that ended up confirming this up here as a draw. And then, like, if you look at like the 15 minute, you can see clear push to draw. We obviously are wanting something. Then that's kind of what I was banking my thing off of, is we're more than likely going to want to target these up here. And yeah, pretty much the way that I would have targeted them is when price started to slow down here, I set an alert like here or something, just to kind of tell me when we're going to enter this gap, and then see from there if we can enter equilibrium. That alert ended up getting hit. I scaled down to the 15-minute time frame, and I was also looking at the 5-minute time frame. Once we entered this gap, marked out 15-minute equilibrium, or actually, sorry, hourly equilibrium. Top of here, bottom of here. Hourly equilibrium's tagged up right with the middle of that gap. Looked on the 15-minute, we ended up entering into here. And then on the 5-minute, we ended up getting a nice candle out of equilibrium. Ended up entering right off of there. Just a lower risk trade, because this all again is not like the type of trade I usually take. I'm usually 8:30 to 9:30 within that window taking my trades, but this trade made sense to me, and it was decently strong, or at least my stop loss was decently strong, because really in my opinion, the only way I saw us coming all the way down here and completely inversing or like rejecting this hourly trend was if our draw on liquidity was just simply wrong. I'd say if we went out and took our stop loss, there's a very low probability that we were even going to target these highs today anyways. So that's just kind of why I did what I did. And I think that's something definitely to take away from this is set your stop loss where it makes sense to be taken out. Make sure that your trade idea is invalidated if your stop loss is getting hit. And I think looking back at this, it definitely could have had a stronger stop loss. But again, you don't know what the hourly is going to do. You could have an hourly candle come down here and wick this out and then still close within this gap. So that is I think good that I did what I did, and it ended up turning out good. I did end up taking, because right now it's can you guys, yeah, you can guys see the time. It's like 2:50, market closed at 3. I didn't want to be in it when it's post market. If we were still down here, I 100% would have, but it's just we were literally so close to our draw, and this is overall like a light risk for movement trade. So like it was only like a $30 like difference in between like here and here. So really doesn't matter in my opinion. I'd rather just be done with it, make this, and then let Asian session and London session play out, because I just don't really want to have like another session open mess up like all of this, because I feel like it would have a decent probability of doing that. So I don't know. Overall, it was a great trade. I'm super happy with it. I was overall super patient today. Didn't take a trade when I normally did, and this one kind of just popped out of the screen for me. So that is simply why I took it. I had some basic conditions. We confirmed our draw. We went in, filled in this gap, and then also tapped equilibrium. And then we got a simple closeout and then just entered off of the 5-minute. And the reason why I'm doing that, again, is because I know we did not make a retracement down to here, but this showed that it was strong enough to continue to push price upwards. And that is why basically, oh, by the way, this is where I went break even, just if I didn't say that. But yeah, pretty much this held us, this was our rebalance in price. We had our move up, and I don't see a reason why after respecting this gap and equilibrium, we would, come down and, I think my stop loss is here, I don't know, and then come down and take our stop loss. It just wouldn't really had a reason to do that. And, overall, I felt like it was a pretty higher time frame and pretty strong trade. Like, I mean, if you look at the hourly, it looks good. It really is just candles up, confirmation, retracement down, or a retracement down, confirmation of the gap, and then we get pushes up. Honestly, we rose a lot smoother and faster than I thought we were going to. So, awesome sauce. But yeah, that was today's trade, and yeah, we'll see what the rest of the week brings. Just need to make sure that I am making sure that I'm patient with everything, and that I'm just doing exactly what I know you should be doing. If somebody else is like actually still watching this, because most of the time I just do this for myself, but if you're still watching this and you are struggling with this stuff, do exactly what you know you should do. It is hard to have rules and have regulations on yourself in a market with absolutely no rules. So yeah, I'd say that's best thing of advice. And trust God with everything. Let God have everything. He is the reason why these thoughts are even in your head. So there's no reason why you shouldn't let him have everything. But yeah, I gotta go off to class because I have a 3 o'clock class. But yeah, wonderful trading day. If you made it here, I appreciate you. I love you. And yeah, I'll see you soon.